Hello there and welcome back to France. So, what happened last time? We released Holstein as a vassal. After fighting from Sweden, we also got Denmark under our fold. And we'll most likely keep on harassing Sweden in time to come. I'm a little bit unsure if I can actually declare war on Norway and vassalize them. If I could, that would be the best. But, yeah, it's a little bit uncertain at this point. So, I'll have to do a quick little check on that, I think. Other than that, not really that much going on. We are basically getting, or we have completed England and Great Britain. We have Aragon that I will be declaring war once we are out of the Regency Council. So I have now 8 new years of boredom ahead of me. Thanks to this Regency Council that we got second time right after the first, and hopefully we can get ourselves into a war in the meantime. So I'll be aiming for that, and we'll see how this turns out. Can go for the defensive idea again, and I think I will. Defensive mentality. I've also started some more aggressive colonization attempts. I'll be having 3 colonies now running simultaneously rather than just one. I haven't actually been colonizing much. Great Britain is also expanding a little bit. So the fact that these very badly timed Regency councils are currently screwing me over, I'll have to up my speed, I guess. I'll have to work a little bit faster in terms of trying to get things done. In this case, I'll most likely be declaring war on Sweden, Aragon taking these 3, handing them over to Castile, and also I'll be going for dealing with Great Britain and Norway up here as fast as possible. But it's Norway ain't really a problem because they'll mostly just stick to this, and I'll have to deal with Great Britain and Aragon, Shawnee, Maya, Inca, all of them. But other than that, we should be fine. Also, I'm a little bit unsure otherwise what I will be doing. So, in this area here, we'll most likely have to go out to Gvalio again. But if you can vassalize Kandash, we'll basically have half of India. That's nice. Also with Shani, if we can just speed it up, we'll take Ming without any problems. Muscovy will be a annoying piece to deal with, but if I can just get myself into war with the Horde, I should be fine with taking them. We also started the process of getting the Teutonic Order here into a position where I can go ahead and simply vassalize them. So hopefully I can do that, and that should give me some cleaner borders here. Also some more possibilities when it comes to attacking Sweden. So we'll see how that turns out. We have just about 120 years left, so I'm definitely very unsure at this point if I'll be able to pull this off, basically because of the big Ottomans. So I'll have to start making some moves here against Ottomans. Hopefully try and ally these guys for the time being. Simply because of the fact that if I can at least do that, then I can keep them as an ally while I take India, this area here, and then basically push on them, release as many provinces or people unions, whatever you want to call it, as possible, and then use that to my advantage. Also here I could potentially release Tripoli. Use that, Mamluks even, I think. No, we'll have to see here. Mamluks have a few provinces, but not many. So yeah, releasing Mamluks and just Mamluks basically, and using them to eat or hand over their Ottoman provinces could be an idea. Same with using the same tactic up here. The problem will be that I'll be accruing tons of aggressive expansion, basically because of the nations that I'm bordering won't actually like what I'm doing. So that's why I want to get rid of most of these small nations first, basically because of the fact that if there aren't anyone there to take the aggressive expansion, then I should be fine. I should be able to stick clear of coalitions and such. So, but even so, I think I'm at a point now where I kind of have to just ignore that and try and get myself into a position where I can just go full speed ahead, take whatever I want, and otherwise just try and do the best out of things. So I will be declaring war on Norway with only the goal of checking if I can vassalize these guys. I probably can't though, since I can't actually vassalize them as this way, but I'll still have to kill off some of their land, some of their colonies and so forth, simply to be able to make them change religion. So hopefully I can have Sweden eat them for me or something. Even Great Britain now would be a pretty good bet on eating them. If I take the southernmost provinces here and force them to go north, I could have them to eat the province or colonies for me at least, and that could be a viable tactic to make them do what I want, so to speak. But for now, we will be. Yeah, I could potentially make a couple more provinces or colonies, couldn't I? Let's see. Yeah, I'll be making I think 2 more to basically get some stuff going here to get colonization up here going, and thus be able to take the lands back. But yeah, as I was saying, we'll have to deal with it as time goes. So for now, I'll basically be waiting for the in Saratov. Where's Saratov? Yeah, that's a vassal army, or a former vassal army. But even so, as I said, we will be now just sitting by waiting for the Regency Council to run its course, and then we'll be starting to do things for playing way more aggressive than I have been so far. Finally unlocked Diplomatic Tech 20, which is refineries, gives me the Royal Palace and refineries. So basically I can now build a Royal Palace, I believe, which gives me some yellow legitimacy once I get my diplomacy up. I'm currently in the process of vassalizing Trier here, which is a good thing, because that will mean that they actually have 5 cores, which they do not hold: Baden, Alsace, Pfalz, Mainz and Koblenz. So by giving them back those cores and then vassalizing and annexing, that should boost me as well. But there are 5 countries now that I will be annexing in pretty quick succession, and those are Castile, England, and most likely Denmark. Basically because of the fact that, as you can see here, Castile will be very hard to vassalize if I don't do it now, because of the fact that they have negative modifiers. Malva and Delhi has actually quite the negative modifiers too, so I actually have to make these guys happy again. And then once I'm done with growing Malva and Delhi, and also to some extent Castile, most likely during the 2 or 3 next wars, or probably just the next 2, I'll have to annex them after that, and then probably England too, because otherwise I won't actually be able to get the relation modifiers down enough to be able to annex them once we actually have put ourselves in a position where I will be able to do that. So all in all, it's basically become a game of time now, where I can't actually use the vassals for all they're worth. I can't use England to basically colonize everything I want them to, because of the fact that if I do, I won't be able to get them later on. So we'll see if this actually works out or not. I have no idea. We'll have to test it and see, but I kind of think so. So hopefully we can make something go here. And apparently I'm almost losing control over the Holy See. I'm really bad at paying attention to this, so that's probably why. But yeah, annexing those 5 in one go should bring me very close to getting control over most of it. As you know, I don't think Denmark actually has any. Yeah, Denmark has the negative modifiers. These guys do not. So Denmark, England, Castile, and Malva and Delhi, and then I actually have to take Shan also right afterwards, because they're also starting to get some pretty bad modifiers. So getting Ming done is very much a priority. I might actually start to break truces right now. That's actually the problem here. The problem is that I'm starting to get some troubles with vassals and integration rather than anything else. So we'll have to see how I'll actually go ahead and deal with this. But for now, we'll be aiming to get out of Regency Council, and then we'll think a little bit more about it. Admin Tech 24 has been reached, and with it we get the grain depot. I have no idea if that's actually a special building or a unique one. It's actually a special one. Land force limits modifiers plus 10% and land maintenance minus 10%. So we'll be building that one. That's actually pretty damn sweet. But as I was saying, I have some problems with choosing whom to annex. But Denmark, I'll probably keep. No, I'll not be keeping them around. But yeah, I'll be having trouble both. Oh, no matter how you look at it, it will end in trouble. It will end in horror and tears in the end here with how this will go, because I will be breaking a lot of deals, a lot of truces. I might actually have to go for doing something as stupid as breaking truces a bunch of times to, for example, take Persia, even the Ottomans to some extent, Malabar, Valiosho. Basically break truces, annex the entire country, and then release it as a vassal. That is very much a possibility right now. And that could be also be interesting to simply test out for future reference in games, or if it's actually possible, or if it will break my my country beyond recognition. Of course, before I do something like that, I would most likely try and save up as many admin points as possible. I should possibly also try and had tried to get my stability modifiers as low as possible, which I have not. And all in all, that could let's see here. Let's pray to the gods that we actually are lucky right now and get these guys in a union. That would be the best. If I get, let me put it this way, if I get Muscovy in a union, then this is basically done. They are basically the deciding factor now. So if I have a extreme amount of luck, that would be good. But let's see here. We'll go for technology cost, I think. Doesn't really matter that little point of missionary strength. I'm mostly just converting this event more or less, and also I can take the the decision that boosts. Well, I can actually take something else. Improved fort defense. Nope. Do we want to do this? Nope. I like the Nandas. This one, tolerance to true faith and tolerance of heretics. I want that one though. Stability cost minus 8%. As I was saying, we need to get that up. But yeah, plan. Most likely now declare war on Sweden, Aragon, Gvallior, anyone who holds a Deline or Malvan core. And hopefully I can then start the annexation of Deline, Malva, England, Castile, and Denmark. So problem here with Castile would be that I want them to take these three, so I'll most likely have to wait just a little while to get them to take most of those. I'll probably have to call one myself, and that will hurt a little bit, but it should be fine. I'm sure we have enough men anyway. How good is my current heir? Well, that isn't the problem here. Send for Train Medicus. And of course he died, and we have no legal heir anymore. In the Regency Council. Wow. Do you really hate me this much, game? And of course I can now I will now lose the personal unit I could potentially have gotten with Muscovy, thanks to the fact that I no longer have an heir. And it could take forever to get one. I hate this game. I hate it with a deep and fiery passion. I hate it and love it at the same time. Well, I'll report the news. If I don't get one in very short time, we'll go rampage. We'll see how it turns out. Well, just to add insult to injury, look at this. Personal union with Livonian order. So basically, I would have gotten Muscovy in a union if that event hadn't fired and screwed me over. Wow. Regency Council, a French noble succeeds to the throne. Might I ask when? I would like to know. But even so, this is just the game being mad at me. So yeah, that sucks. I would have been out of the Regency Council by now. I would have been able to declare war. I would have a Muscovy under my my personal control. And I would have been able to basically say screw colonizations and declare war on whatever, but instead now I find myself kind of annoyed. So I'll end it here. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment, praise, criticism, anything you feel like. Say how much lucky I were or how fun a tournament event this was. But when I said I ended, I mean I end the episode here. I will not end the series. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.